She had a promising life and future. In January 2014, JMM was admitted in Form 1 at a school in Keumbu Ward, Nyaribari constituency. In the same year, she missed her menstrual cycle. Not once, twice. Nausea kicked in. The signs were clearer to her. JMM was pregnant, raped by a man. She kept the traumatic ordeal to herself for fear of being blamed and rejected by family members until the 8th day of December when her roommate introduced her to a doctor, a man who knew how to fix that kind of thing to terminate the pregnancy. On Saturday morning, in the company of her roommates, JMM went to a pharmacy situated at Ibeno Trading Center where she paid 1,500 shillings for the procedure. The doctor asked her to lie on a bed in the back room and without any medical examination proceeded to inject her on the thigh. Without prescribing any medicine or advice, the doctor instructed JMM to go home and wait for the fetus to come out through her vagina the next day. The fetus did not come out. JMM returned to the pharmacy and the doctor proceeded to insert a metal-like cold object in her vagina, and once again, the doctor assured her that the fetus by that evening would be expelled. That evening, JMM started vomiting and experiencing severe stomach pains and heavy bleeding. She hid these symptoms from her family, disclosing that she only had a headache when her family insisted on knowing if she was alright. 2 days later, her mother, only known as PKM, received a phone call informing her that JMM was unwell. She was vomiting and bleeding heavily. PKM requested the mother-in-law of her elder daughter, with whom JMM lived, to take her to Ibeno dispensary. While at the dispensary during interrogation, JMM disclosed that she had procured an abortion. The healthcare facility, however, did not have the equipment or skilled staff to assist JMM. She was transferred by an ambulance to Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital, about 16 kilometers away. The medical staff confirmed to her mother that JMM had procured an unsafe abortion. JMM was taken to a general ward where the fetus was removed. On the 3rd day of JMM's admission, the staff at Kisii Level 5 Hospital advised PKM to transfer her to a different hospital that offered dialysis. JMM's kidneys were failing due to the heavy bleeding she had experienced. JMM was taken to Tenwek Mission Hospital, a faith-based hospital situated in Bomet County, about 50 kilometers from Kisii town. On 12th December, 4 days after procuring abortion, JMM was admitted to intensive care at around midday. At the time of her admission, JMM was not able to talk. After 3 days of treatment, JMM started to speak. She remained at Tenwek for a week, after which she was discharged on grounds that Tenwek lacked dialysis equipment. She was then taken to Kenyatta National Hospital and was immediately admitted for surgical treatment, including dialysis, until 25th February 2015. She was officially discharged as an inpatient, but was to continue receiving treatment as an outpatient. At the time of her discharge, JMM was diagnosed with a septic abortion and hemorrhagic shock and had developed chronic kidney disease. Her bill at KNH stood at 39,500 shillings, which PKM was unable to pay. As a result, JMM was detained at the hospital. During this period, she slept on a mattress spread on the floor due to scarcity of beds. She again fell sick during detention and was once again taken to the main ward where she was treated for about 4 days. She was then returned to the detention room where she stayed for a period of 2 weeks until her release on 13th March 2015, when the hospital bill was waived. JMM was released from hospital and was required to undergo dialysis every month at KNH renal unit at the cost of 50,000 shillings, a sum that was way beyond PKM's reach. JMM died on June 2018. PKM blames her daughter's predicament on the respondents. She argues that the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Health National Guidelines on the Management of Sexual Violence in Kenya, 2nd edition, 2009, made pursuant to Section 35(3) of the Sexual Offences Act, allowed termination of pregnancy as an option in case of pregnancy occurring as a result of rape. It was her case further that it is not clear how such services would be accessed. She contends that the physical, mental, and health of many women and adolescent girls would be protected if the information was available with regard to the care of health professionals that can provide services for legal termination of pregnancy. PKM further argues that the withdrawal by the third respondent of the 2012 standards and guidelines for reducing morbidity and mortality from unsafe abortion in Kenya and the National Curriculum for the Management of Unintended, Risky, and Unplanned Pregnancy on 3rd December 2013 and 24th February 2014, respectively, undermines the right to access safe legal abortion services, therefore leading to women and girls in the position of JMM to secure unsafe abortions from unqualified and untrained persons such as the doctor who procured her abortion on 8th December 2014. PKM, the Federation of Women Lawyers, Center for Reproductive Rights, and 2 others filed a petition before the High Court. They argued that the government is responsible for the death of a teenager from an unsafe abortion. They filed a petition in 2015 claiming authorities failed to provide JMM with proper post-abortion care and called on to the government to implement measures for access to safe abortions. They also sought reinstatement of the abortion guidelines and the scrapping of the ban on training support for healthcare workers. They won, and one of the key rulings on this was that abortion is permitted in Kenya if a pregnancy results from rape or defilement, and if, in the opinion of a trained health professional, it endangers the physical, mental, and social well-being of a woman or girl. For now, we await for the Ministry of Health to reinstate the abortion standards and guidelines, as well as the training for healthcare workers as ruled by the court. JMM Stories represents the plight of many young girls in Kenya who are suffering and whose lives are lost due to inaccessibility of safe abortion services. We do not have to lose another soul, not another soul.